North Georgia property sellers, there are 6 critical questions that you're going to want to be prepared to answer when it comes to selling your home. Stay tuned, and I'm going to help you answer each one of them. All right, the number one question that most buyers are going to be asking about and we need to be prepared for is the school system. Now, obviously, you're aware that not everybody has kids, but from a resale standpoint, schools are huge and they contribute a tremendous amount of value to the property itself. Not only that, we have a wide variety of schools in the North Georgia area. We've got private schools, we've got charter schools, and of course we have public schools. So being able to talk about and guide the buyers into what the ratings are of the school, what the schools are like, any information that you're able to provide us to be able to convey to the buyers to make them feel really good about the school system is going to be really critical. All right, the second question you're going to have to be prepared to answer is about the crime rate. Now, obviously, everybody's security is going to be really, really important. So any information that you can help provide us to be able to provide out to the general public about the local crime rate and what crimes are committed and what aren't being committed is going to be really, really important. Now, we have a lot of resources that are online that we direct buyers to be able to do their own due diligence. However, any information that you're able to help us out with is going to be really critical. So be prepared to start talking about how what life is like in the local area. All right, the third thing that you're going to want to be prepared to talk about and answer are the age of the systems and appliances in your property. Now, those are things like your roof, your hot water heater, your HVAC system, which is your furnace and your air conditioner, and then, of course, any appliances that are conveying with the property itself. Now, all of those things have a different life expectancy. For an example, roofs, they last anywhere from 20 to 30 years. Where a dishwasher is only going to last about 10 years. So knowing how old those components are and what the typical life expectancy of each is going to be really important. We're trying to get the buyer to feel really comfortable about the investment that they are about ready to make into your home. And we want to make sure that we are able to not only tell them that everything is a-okay, but show them just how much life is expected out of those items. Now, I will tell you, we will probably consult with you on any items that are almost at the end of their life expectancy and maybe not working all that great. We may talk to you about making a small investment into replacing those systems or repairing them in order to make sure that they have a little more life left and that buyers are going to be comfortable with the purchase of the home. So make sure that you're ready to talk about how old things are, the major components of the property, and talk about just how much life expectancy is remaining in those items. All right, the fourth thing that we're going to want to be prepared to talk about is what life is like in the neighborhood. Is it busy? Is it not so active? Is it quiet? And then what kind of amenities come along with the neighborhood itself? Not only knowing that there's a pool and tennis courts and maybe a fitness center is going to be important, but how active are they? You know, are there a lot of kids in the neighborhood? Aren't there a lot of kids? You know, is there any social things that go on in the neighborhood? All of those things are going to be really important to be able to convey to any type of buyer, depending on exactly what they're looking for. So be prepared to kind of talk about and help us explain what life is like in the neighborhood. All right, the fifth thing that you're going to want to be prepared to talk about is the history of the home since you have owned it. Now, obviously, you're not responsible for things that have happened prior to you owning it. However, since you've owned the property, being able to explain the history of it is going to be really important. What kind of renovations have been completed? What kind of updates have you done? Have you had any repairs completed? Maybe you replaced an older furnace and an air conditioning unit. Maybe you've replaced the roof. All of those things are going to be really important to be able to convey back to the buyers. Let them know when it was, how long ago it was, what were the circumstances about those types of things is going to be critical. Again, making sure that the buyers are 100% comfortable with the purchase that they're making. So knowing the history of the house itself is going to be really, really important. So make sure that we're all on the same page and you're prepared to answer those. All right, the sixth question that you're going to want to be prepared to answer and defend, and really lean on your agent to do this, is going to be the price history of the property itself. Now, if you've just listed your property or planning on just listing it, and you get a lot of activity in the beginning, it's not that big of an issue. However, if you've got a home that's been sitting on the market for a while, or maybe you had it listed prior and it was a failed sale and it didn't go through, being able to explain what happened is going to be really critical. Maybe you received some offers. A really good buyer's agent's going to ask that question, and we've got to be able to explain what happened to any prior offers that were made on that property. So work with a really good agent to make sure that you're very comfortable with being able to explain and justify the pricing that you have, and be able to explain any prior offers that you had on the property. All right, sellers, those were 6 of the most critical questions that you need to be prepared to answer before you put the house on the market or when you put the house on the market. Obviously, there's a lot more and things come up, but those are the 6 that we're definitely going to want to get prepared for before we actually go to market. So hopefully that was helpful. Make sure you like this and subscribe. That helps us get this content out to more people. If you have any questions, we would love to talk to you about helping you either buy, sell, or even invest in property in the North Atlanta, Georgia area. Hope everybody's having a great day, and to talk to you soon. Thanks.